Everyone's heard of the 144,000 in Revelation, and everyone's heard of the two witnesses, but almost no one realizes what's hiding in plain sight. These two mysterious groups may actually be the same. And this is not a fringe theory. Scholars are now uncovering what ancient Jewish text, apocalyptic symbolism, and the structure of Revelation itself have been hinting at all along. Who are the two witnesses really? Why are there two lampstands when Revelation clearly says the church is represented by 7? And what does this have to do with the 144,000 who stand blameless on Mount Zion? If you think they're two separate end-time groups, this next part might shake what you've always believed. In Revelation 11:4, John says this: "These are the two olive trees and the two lampstands that stand before the Lord of the earth." But wait, back in Revelation 1:20, we're told explicitly what the lampstands mean. The 7 lampstands are the 7 churches. So why are most people interpreting 2 lampstands as 2 individual people when John already tells us what the lampstands are? Do we know more than the Apostle John? And why does John use lampstands to describe the witnesses? Here's where it gets explosive. Jesus only approves of 2 churches in Revelation, Smyrna and Philadelphia. The other 5 receive warnings, rebukes, or threats of judgment. These are the only 2 churches Jesus doesn't rebuke, which explains why only 2 lampstands stand before God in Revelation 11. This suggests the 2 witnesses represent the faithful remnant, the overcoming church, those Jesus is pleased with. And if you're wondering how this connects to the 144,000, that thread is about to unravel in a surprising way. Dr. Eli Lizorkin-Eyzenberg, a Messianic Jewish scholar and theologian, makes this stunning observation. The 144,000 and the national multitude are symbolic of the same faithful remnant. John hears about one, but he sees the other. He points out that in Revelation 7, John hears the listing of the 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe of Israel. But when he turns to look, he doesn't see 12 ethnic tribes. He sees a great multitude that no one could count, from every nation, tribe, people, and language. Revelation 7:9. How can John hear one thing and see another? Because they are symbolically the same. The sealed 144,000, the multinational group, and the faithful witnesses aren't 3 different groups. They're 3 ways of describing the same overcoming body. Most people assume they are different groups because they appear in different places in Revelation and with different names. But what if Revelation's timeline isn't linear at all? Unlike modern Western storytelling, Jewish apocalyptic literature is cyclical. It reveals the same events from different angles and using different pictures, like prophetic spirals. That's why John hears 12 tribes of Israel, but when he looks, he sees people from every nation. This is classic Jewish apocalyptic literature style. You don't interpret it like a newspaper. You interpret it like a prophetic dream, filled with symbols that loop and layer over one another. Scholars call this recapitulation, the same scene shown again, but from heaven's point of view. Tim Mackie from Bible Project explains it this way. John doesn't tell the story in a straight line. He zooms in, zooms out, and redescribes the same scenes over and over using different imagery. This is why Revelation 11 describes the 2 witnesses standing, prophesying, being killed, and rising again, while Revelation 14 shows the 144,000 standing with the Lamb on Mount Zion, singing a song no one else can learn. And that's the key to understanding the next twist, because here's what John sees next, and it will flip everything on its head. Both groups are sealed, set apart, persecuted, vindicated. Same pattern, same group, different prophetic lens. And that's not just symbolic poetry. It's part of a much deeper war between light and darkness. Let's compare the 2 witnesses. They stand before the Lord of the earth. They prophesy in sackcloth. They have authority like Moses and Elijah, are killed and vindicated after 3.5 days, while the 144,000 stand with the Lamb on Mount Zion. And this is strange language. Who are the only 2 prophets to go up a mountain with God? That's right, Moses and Elijah, just like the 2 witnesses. The 144,000 are blameless and undefiled, sing a heavenly song no one else can learn, are described as first fruits to God. This isn't just a coincidence. It's prophetic layering. Tim Mackie puts it this way: the 2 witnesses are a symbolic picture of the faithful remnant, the church, in prophetic witness to the whole world. And Eli Lizorkin-Eyzenberg adds, what John hears and what John sees often point to the same reality, but from 2 angles. So what does this mean for you? This isn't about decoding prophecy for fun. It's about identity. The 144,000 and the 2 witnesses are not 2 separate groups. They're a picture of who the church is called to be right now. Faithful, uncompromising, prophetic, persecuted, but victorious. They're not fighting with earthly weapons. They're clothed in righteousness. They don't retaliate, they testify. And they don't fear death because resurrection power is on their side. If you've ever felt like you don't fit in with the compromising church, maybe it's because you weren't meant to. Maybe you're being sealed to witness. This changes everything about how we live. The question isn't, will I be a part of the 144,000? The question is, am I part of the lampstands Christ walks among and approves of? It's not about a number. It's about faithfulness to God. Just like Smyrna and Philadelphia, the witnesses don't have flashy platforms, but they have endurance. They overcome. They stand firm when surrounded by compromise. This is your call to come out and be separate, to witness in power, and to be sealed by God, not marked by the world. Now that you've seen how the 144,000 and the 2 witnesses may actually be one and the same group, you have to see this next mystery. It reveals how they fight alongside angels and are patterned after the priesthood of heaven. Click here and I'll show you what no one else is talking about.